Yo, what's up guys, it's Aptrix here. Today in this video, I'll be talking about the latest Yuzu Emulator Android updates. As you know, on the Play Store page of Yuzu Emulator Android, we don't really get to see regular updates. Whereas Team Yuzu is actually releasing a brand new Yuzu Emulator Android update literally every single day. Can't believe it, right? As you might have seen from the title of this video, Yuzu Emulator version 49 update is just out, and you will be like, when the heck did we even get 49 updates for Yuzu Emulator Android? That's because, as you know, Yuzu Emulator Android is an completely open source project and it has its own GitHub page. On its GitHub page, the developers do provide some regular builds. Latest builds to be specific. In Yuzu Emulator version 49 build, we can see some major changes. We'll have to manually update Yuzu Emulator Android from the latest builds provided by the developers of Team Yuzu Android. Now I'll be talking about the changes in this update. Starting off, you will see the font has been changed a little bit. So if we just go to advanced settings and open general, system or any kind of stuff which has multiple options, you will see that some of the settings are now in bold font. So that's the minimal change which I noticed. There aren't any new kind of settings in the advanced settings tab, but one thing that I noticed is that the emulator appears to be a little more stable now, and that is to be expected because the last update which we received of Yuzu Emulator Android was on August 8 on its official Play Store page, whereas the latest Yuzu 49 build or 50 build by the time you watch this video will be released today itself. So that's a really great improvement. And let me talk about few things such as gameplay experience, if it has become little better than previous. Answer is no, I didn't really notice any kind of betterment in terms of gameplay experience, at least in my case on my Android device. Now it will differ from device to device because my Android device has Snapdragon 7 series GPU and it's not really well supported by Yuzu Emulator Android. I get tons of graphical issues when I try to emulate games like Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, Demon Slayer Hinokami Chronicles, Dragon Ball Z Kakarot, FIFA 23 and much more, at least on my Android device. That's why I don't really use Yuzu Emulator, and even if I do use Yuzu Emulator, I'll need to add custom GPU drivers. And the latest custom GPU driver is, I guess, Mesa Turnip Adreno driver revision 5 for Adreno 7 series as well as 6 series GPUs. Now on Adreno 6 series GPUs, for example Snapdragon 888 processor or below, these drivers work really well and provide better performance, whereas on my Android device it's just the same. If I apply and custom GPU driver, the graphical issues will get worse. Even if I don't apply, there will be still graphical issues. In my case, the gameplay didn't get better, but if you guys have an Android device with Snapdragon 660 processor or above, you should see some improvements, and if you do, then be sure to let me know in the comment section down below. And I did notice a small change in FPS when I tried playing Red Dead Redemption after updating to this latest version of Yuzu Emulator Android. By the way, if you want to update to the official developer builds provided on GitHub, then you will have to uninstall your previous Yuzu Emulator Android, or else you will get an app not installed issue. So make sure to note that. And as I was saying, when I opened the game without changing any kind of settings, I was able to play Red Dead Redemption at 30 FPS, but obviously with graphical issues. Whereas after I tried using some custom GPU drivers and changed the settings to what I regularly use, the FPS did decrease a little bit. So I don't really know if there has been a major performance improvement in Yuzu Emulator Android. That's for you guys to tell me in the comment section down below. So that's going to be it for today's video. Thanks for watching. Make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, turn on all notification as I keep you guys up to date with the latest emulation news. So see you guys next time. Goodbye.